Snipping tool fail. This one happened today. We are a service desk for multiple hospitals. The smaller ones are 100% under our control, but the larger ones have their own local IT whom we escalate to if we can't resolve issues over the phone. We have no remote access to their PCs or ability to shadow end user sessions. So today my colleague gets a call from a lady at one of these sites who is having an issue with a local app we have next to no knowledge about. My colleague steps her through using Snipping tool so she can email through the error, and she seemed very happy she'd learned something new. Next minute the email comes through with a picture attached. It was a photo of the Snipping tool window taken from her mobile phone. She wins second place after the lady who once sent us a screenshot by somehow placing the monitor on the photocopier, printing a copy then scanning the paper to email. So in turn we printed it out to put on our Hall of Fame wall, just to add one more inception level. I love that second lady. The sheer willpower to go through with this madness astonishes me. And I can just picture how proud of herself she was for figuring out how to solve this difficult task of sending a screenshot to Samanon. Fun fact, this probably violated their security. First I was thinking, oh no remote, that's awful. Then I realized they'd never be able to get nurses and doctors to keep PII out of the monitor while remoted. Wanna bet she did no cropping, just a flash of a part of the screen? And, of course, since nurses, doctors, hospital admins can't be trained, and tech support who have HIPAA qualifications and agreements cost more, everyone suffers. First I was thinking, oh no remote, that's awful. Then I realized they'd never be able to get nurses and doctors to keep PII out of the monitor while remoted. That's not really a reason to not have remote. Just needs to be clear through policy that you must close all PII before allowing the session. If they don't do that, that's on them. And personally I'd make it such that the user has to explicitly accept a session request, rather than allow unattended access. It is probably not out of the lines of reason to expect IT specialists who assist hospitals/medical staff to get whatever certification is needed to be able to see patient information and comply with HIPAA. I have clearance to view private customer information and training to keep it safeguarded where I work. It's not HIPAA, but privacy is still a legal requirement. When I worked as a developer for a company that produced medical billing software, I had to take yearly HIPAA compliance training. I figured I didn't have anything to do with patient care when I did printer support at a hospital, but they made sure I was HIPAA compliant. Zaphod Beeblebrox? Or some other Zaphod? Obviously Zaphod Beeblebrox 85 aka the 85th. The wild part is that isn't even 85 generations, that's just how many kids he had named after himself. Given that the Romans regularly gave their kids names like Primus, Secundus, Tertius, Quintus, Sextus First, Second, Third, Fifth and Sixth respectively, your dad's naming convention doesn't surprise me as much as one would expect. Imagine your name just being the number of children your parents had so far when you were born. At least you're probably your mother's only Zaphod. I'm assuming the others are all your half-siblings by various other mothers. My pet hate was users who managed to take a screenshot, but insisted on pasting into a Word doc and including it as an attachment. The email program was quite happy if you pasted directly from the clipboard. 75% of the time when a ticket comes through that mentions a screenshot, it's a damn Word document. I hate it. But you can't email pictures, only documents. I can't tell if this is /s or not. For our own sanity, let's just say it was /s. Wow. I thought the people who posted pics that were screenshots of their phone showing a photo on Facebook and Craigslist were bad. They are. Recently requested information from a number of users at remote sites. They simply had to navigate to a file and use the snip tool to email me the configuration shown. I even included instructions on how to find the snip tool and use it. More than half of them took a photo of the screen with their phones, emailed the photo to their work account, then forwarded it to me. You missed the put the photo into an MS Word document and attach the Word doc step. I work in biotechnology, with people who are supposed to be technology savvy. It's beyond frustrating when I get an email with a doc attached with the image in it. Had a customer who attached the laptop to a projector, and then took the photo with a DSLR. That's innovative. They could get laptop connected to projector without assistance from IT. You must live in a magical place. P. Sometimes inserting rod A into slot B is easier than just reading the error message and doing what it tells you to do. Lol. Going to need a photo of the printout of the email of the scanned photocopy of the screen before I believe the second one. Can I get a photocopy of the photo? Can you save that photocopy to a PowerPoint presentation? Print it out, then mail it to me? I'll have to scan it first. But sure. Though I might have to fax it instead. OMG you guys. Fax here is becoming obsolete and they have no choice. Such a glorious time in which we live. Or fax stopped working last year and we didn't replace or repair IT. I do tech support for a server company that hosts games such as Minecraft, Rust, and more. Players will tell us they have a problem. We'll tell them how to get the log and send it to us. More often than not, they will send us a phone picture of the error on their screen. This appears to be more and more common occurrence. They're too anxious to follow directions, and since they use their phones for everything, don't think about how useless the picture is. Some pictures, most even, don't speak words. For sure. I love the old "an error has occurred. Click here to see details," and they send the screenshot of just that. No open details. Guy at my work forwards pictures he's received by email by dragging them to a Word document and then attaching the Word document just containing the image to a new email. He's also famous for the phrase "I haven't printed this morning's emails yet, so I haven't read it." I once received a screenshot of the problem which turned out to be a zip of their browser image cache. I have absolutely no clue how they managed that, but I think they managed to capture the spirit of the problem. And once I had a call with a shipping floor. And after 40 minutes of failing to get anyone to access the remote control URL but finally succeeding in identifying what a web browser is the thing they use to access the offending software, I finally got one of them to give me their cell number, and sent an MMS of the browser with the website typed in. Was this a picnic issue by any chance? It was Pepcac, and it was horrifying. From the title alone I thought this was about the recent beta build of Windows that broke the snipping tool. This reminds me of all the people that try to screenshot a broken phone screen. Except exactly opposite. Don't detract the efficiency of the screenshot on the cell phone. Users do not have the vocabulary to describe the situation, or understand precise terms like bottom right, next to the clock, and add another level of inception, when the user's native language is not English. Well, this lady's other inception level was age/generation. Both actually. Nurses who I'm sure are way more adept at saving lives AMD have F1 since the dawn of time. They have other priorities and things filling their heads. It's fun to giggle at them, but sometimes to keep calm you gotta have that perspective. The snipping tool scenario happens all too often with my users, but that photocopier lady is on a whole new level. Happy Cake Day. This makes me miss service desk somehow. Make an appointment with a psychiatrist. You may be mentally ill. Oops, forgot to take off my rose-tinted glasses. She wins second place after the lady who once sent us a screenshot by somehow placing the monitor on the photocopier, printing a copy then scanning the paper to email. So in turn we printed it out to put on our Hall of Fame wall, just to add one more inception level. That's seriously impressive. I'm amazed it worked. The best one I've had is they took the screenshot, pasted it into Word, printed it, used the MFP to scan it and email it to themselves and then forwarded that email to me. They were so close to getting it right, lol. It's like flying from New York to Chicago and connecting through Dallas, Denver, LAX, and Seattle. That's so incredibly wrong it feels innocent and wholesome. My company is on remote operations, so most of our services are conducted via Zoom sessions. More often than not, we require the customer to share their screen to the Zoom session easy enough using Zoom. Though many users have difficulty locating the big green share screen button on their Zoom window. But never mind, let's push on. After long minutes of trying to give verbal instructions to the customer, I am finally rewarded with a shared picture of their screen, showing me the Zoom window, instead of the website they were supposed to share. Users. I am bouncing between different video conference platforms during the day. Sometimes I have troubles finding the share button in the Teams window when I'm on a Zoom call. Then there is the terminology. Is it share screen? Present now? Present screen? We just use the one, but your situation sounds like more fun. I do have to monitor 3 different email accounts and provide as immediate answers to them as I can get. They all have the same ding sound when a new email comes in, so I have to click on all 3 each time. I laughed way too hard at this. I think the right term is the Hall of Lame. Please, I need to see a picture of second lady's email to keep on adding inception levels. She wins second place after the lady who once sent us a screenshot by somehow placing the monitor on the photocopier, printing a copy then scanning the paper to email. So in turn we printed it out to put on our Hall of Fame wall, Just to add one more inception level. I simply refuse to believe this actually happened. Ugh. I use the Snipping tool app every day. And yet here I am, thinking this post is about vasectomies after reading Snipping and hospital at the beginning of your post. User sent email to help desk with actual screenshot. Help desk person copied the screenshot, pasted it to a Word document, converted it to a PDF and attached the PDF to the ticket. This actually happened at a previous job. I can't figure this out. I'll just FedEx you the monitor. Love how some users just send in picture of the error or just the word error without any of the explanation in the error window or the website/program around, so you have absolutely no reference as to what the error is about. My favorite was when I sent a client an email asking for a piece of information, and they responded with an upside down, blurry, crooked photo of their monitor, which didn't even have the information I asked for on it. At the company I work at, we have a folder of shame and it's filled with the best tech support request correspondence we've ever had to deal with. My favorite one was a hand-drawn picture of an error window within a sales program that had a simple error code that could have been recited. We asked for it in the email, or a screenshot/attached photo from a smartphone if that was easier. They faxed it to us instead of scanning and emailing. When we moved offices we got a new printer and decided to never get a fax line installed. Removed fax number from all signatures. Best thing we ever did. Accounts team love it too. They don't have to physically check for remittances all the time. Those are so dreadful. They must be true. Nothing freaks an IT guy more out than an interruption in the digital data stream. So glad we aren't alone on things like this. I had an end user ask me if I could rotate a document for him so it wouldn't print upside down. Oh buddy. I love user logic. That made me chuckle. If lots of users end up sending screenshots of screen rather than the snipping tool, then maybe the problem is with the tools and not the users. My least favorite are the actual screenshots that are of both monitors. You're going to freak out when you discover the steps recorder needs another level. Take a picture and post it here.